Today, we are absolutely plunging headfirst into, well, what's arguably the most anticipated thing ever, right? Grand Theft Auto the 6.
It really feels like it, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, can you even believe it's been over a decade since GTA V? That game just captivated everyone, sold, what, over 200 million copies? Just staggering.
Yeah, absolutely staggering. And the wait for number 6. Yeah, fever pitch is the right word.
Totally. So today, our mission is basically to unpack everything. We're digging into all the official stuff about GTA 6's release. It's a really interesting development journey.
Fascinating, yeah. And turbulent at times.
Exactly. And what you'll actually be doing in the game, and crucially, the impact of that recent delay. That was a surprise.
Right. And we're here to kind of give you the shortcut. We've boiled down all the key info from, the reliable sources, so you get the what, and maybe more importantly, the why behind everything happening with GTA 6.
Okay, let's jump right in. The biggest news? The date. Grand Theft Auto the 6 is officially coming May 26, 2026.
Locked in.
Right.
Confirmed by Rockstar. Wikipedia's got it. All the major gaming sites. It's solid.
It is solid.
Yeah.
But, and this is where it gets interesting, if you've been following the leaks and rumors, you probably expected it sooner.
Oh, yeah. The original plan, or at least the strong expectation, was fall 2025. That was the window everyone was circling.
So what happened? Why the shift?
Right, that's the twist. Rockstar officially announced the delay back in May 2025, pushed it back quite a few months.
And they put out a statement, didn't they? An apology.
They did, yeah. On their website, it said, "We are very sorry that this is later than you expected." They talked about how humbling the excitement was, thanked everyone for their patience. The usual beats. But they also added, "With every game we have released, the goal has always been to try and exceed your expectations. And then, we hope you understand that we need this extra time to deliver at the level of quality you expect and deserve."
Quality.
And digging a bit deeper, the Take-Two CEO, Strauss Zelnick, he elaborated on that. He really emphasized this idea of quality over deadlines, this pursuit of perfection.
Right.
He basically said he backed Rockstar's request for, and this is a direct quote, "a small amount of incremental time for continued polish, just to get it right."
Okay, continued polish sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
But, Jason Schreier, the gaming journalist, he had some really interesting inside info on this.
He always does.
Right. He suggested it wasn't just about polish. He framed it as a strategic development shift.
Ah, okay. What did that mean?
He argued it was a conscious move to avoid that chaotic last-minute rush that happened with previous Rockstar games.
Yeah.
He specifically mentioned Red Dead Redemption 2, how intense that final push was.
Right, the infamous crunch on RDR2.
Exactly. So this delay, according to Schreier, is really about burnout prevention, prioritizing better working conditions, creating a more manageable environment. The idea being that leads to a better, more polished game in the end, but also it's just better for the developers.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A more sustainable approach.
And what's amazing, honestly, is how the community reacted. You'd think people would be furious about a delay for this game.
You really would. Screaming blue murder.
But no, the feedback was surprisingly positive, like overwhelmingly positive. People were saying they'd rather wait for a polished game.
Especially after some recent messy launches.
Precisely. People kept bringing up Mind's Eye and, of course, Cyberpunk 2077 as examples of why rushing is bad.
Yeah.
There was this Reddit comment that blew up.
Oh, yeah.
It was something like, "I'm glad GTA VI got delayed so we don't have to worry about the game being a buggy mess like Mind's Eye and Cyberpunk." It really captured the mood.
Wow. That's a shift in perspective from gamers. And it makes sense, but it does have, economic consequences.
For sure. How so?
Well, that delay actually caused the gaming industry's growth to slow down noticeably in 2025. Just 3.4% growth.
Just from that one delay.
It's that big a release. But look, everyone expects this is just temporary. The market is predicted to absolutely boom once pre-orders kick off and the game actually launches.
Right.
And the impact isn't just the launch sales. It's the years of revenue from the online mode, microtransactions. And then you've got the eventual PC release.
Which is probably, what, 2027? 2028 maybe?
That's the general speculation, yeah. And that'll be another huge injection of cash into the market.
Okay, so when we finally get to play it in May 2026,
Yeah.
where are we playing? What are the platforms?
Confirmed at launch, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Okay. And conspicuously absent PC.
Yep, no PC date yet, which is classic Rockstar, right? They always do consoles first.
Always. So PC folks are looking at 2027, 2028 likely. Any other platform buzz?
There's some chatter about a potential Nintendo Switch 2 release down the line, but that's purely speculative right now. Nothing concrete.
Gotcha. And people can wishlist it now.
Right. They can. It's up on the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Store. And actually, on Xbox, if you wishlist it, you can download a little placeholder file.
Oh, really? How big?
Tiny, like 300 megabytes. But it's something, makes it feel a bit more real, I guess.
Definitely builds that anticipation. And speaking of building, this game has been building for a long time.
Oh, yeah. We're talking, what, almost 12 years since GTA V came out?
Insane. Development apparently kicked off way back in 2014, right after V launched.
That's the report, yeah. Though Rockstar didn't officially admit they were working on it until February 2022, they kept it under wraps for ages.
Until the leaks happened.
Ah, yes, the September 2022 leak, that was monumental.
Called one of the biggest leaks in gaming history, right? All that unfinished footage flooding the internet.
Exactly, raw early stuff. Gave us a real unexpected peek behind the curtain.
And that lead kind of forced their hand on the reveal, didn't it?
Seems like it. The first official trailer dropped in December 2023, reportedly earlier than they'd originally planned, likely because of all that leaked footage circulating.
Makes sense. Now, I heard something really wild about the development, that there were canceled versions.
Yeah, that's a fascinating rumor floating around. Suggests there were maybe 3 completely different versions of GTA 6 canned before they landed on the current one.
3. What were they supposed to be like?
Well, the rumors say the first one, back around 2016, was maybe a detective story. 3 characters, but apparently too dark.
Okay.
Then a second version supposedly had a female cop and someone working for a drug trafficker.
Interesting.
And then a third version around 2019 apparently swapped the female cop for a former soldier character.
Wow. It just shows you how much things can change during such a long development, all these different ideas.
Exactly. It's a glimpse into that massive iterative process. A lot gets thrown out before they find the right path for a game this huge.
So the path they landed on takes us back to Florida. Or Leonida.
Leonida, yeah. Their fictional take on Florida. And the big centerpiece is a modern, totally updated version of Vice City.
Vice City? Inspired by Miami, obviously. Huge nostalgia hit for fans of the 2002 game.
Massive. But it's not just Vice City. The map is way bigger this time.
Right, they mentioned other areas.
Oh, yeah. You've got the Leonida Keys, which sounds like the Florida Keys. Grass Rivers, like the Everglades. Port Gellhorn, which is described as a sort of rundown tourist town.
Okay.
Ambrosia, an industrial city. And even Starfish Island is apparently back. It sounds incredibly varied.
And it's set now, right? Present day.
Present day, yes. And it's leaning heavily into parodying 2020's American culture.
So expect riffs on social media.
Influencers.
All of that. Influencer culture, modern policing, internet memes.
Yeah.
They specifically mentioned the whole Florida man phenomenon being part of the satire.
Oh, that's perfect for GTA.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. And who are we playing as in this satirical Florida?
We've got 2 protagonists this time. A criminal couple, Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos.
Bonnie and Clyde thing.
Exactly. That's the comparison everyone's making. And Lucia is a big deal. She's the first playable female protagonist in a mainline GTA game. Finally. What's her story?
She's described as a fighter, just got out of prison in Leonida, grew up in Liberty City apparently, and sees being with Jason as her way out.
And Jason?
He's a former Army vet, grew up around criminals, works for drug runners, looking for an easy life, but also trying to get away from his past.
Sounds like classic GTA fodder.
Yeah.
How do they get tangled up?
The setup is apparently an easy score that goes wrong. Shocking, I know.
Never happens in GTA.
Right. And that pulls them into this big criminal conspiracy across the whole state, forcing them to rely on each other.
Okay, standard GTA plot setup, but the dual protagonist angle should make it interesting. And lots of supporting characters too, I imagine.
Definitely. The leaks and trailers showed a whole bunch. Local crooks, aspiring rappers, seasoned bank robbers, older smugglers. Just a whole cast to make Leonida feel, populated and alive.
So, beyond the story and characters, what are we actually doing? What's the gameplay like?
Well, obviously, returning to Vice City is huge. But again, it's this modern take, expanded way beyond the original. Suburbs, beaches, trailer parks, wetlands like the Grass Rivers, rural areas. It's meant to feel like a massive slice of modern Florida.
And technically, they're promising some big upgrades, right? Especially with the people walking around.
Yeah, the NPC AI and the police systems are supposedly getting a major overhaul.
How so?
NPCs are meant to react more naturally, even remember things you did before, have their own routines. Makes the city feel less like a backdrop and more like a living place.
Okay, that sounds cool. And the police.
The police AI is meant to be smarter. They'll supposedly use CCTV footage, get descriptions from civilians, You might actually have to, like, ditch your car or change your clothes to escape properly.
Wow, more realistic.
And they're also saying police will distinguish between, bumping into someone versus grand theft auto, minor versus major crimes, more nuance.
That could really change how you play. What about stuff to do besides crime? Mini games.
Loads of them, apparently. They've confirmed billiards, kayaking, fishing, working out at the gym, dirt bike racing. Sounds like a lot more variety than even GTA V had.
Nice. And you're switching between Jason and Lucia.
Yeah, the dual protagonist system is back. You can switch between them, and they'll likely have their own specific abilities and story missions weaving together.
Cool. Anything else new gameplay-wise?
They mentioned new wildlife, which fits with the expanded map. Alligators in the swamps, lizards, stuff like that. Adds to the atmosphere, kind of like Red Dead 2 did.
Right. Makes sense for a Florida setting. Now let's talk tech. This game is supposed to be pushing boundaries, right?
Absolutely. That seems to be a huge focus. We're talking AI-powered NPCs, like we mentioned, remembering things, having routines, makes the world feel genuinely dynamic.
And graphically.
Top-tier stuff. Real-time rendering, advanced graphics like ray tracing.
Okay, explain ray tracing quickly for people.
Sure. It basically simulates how light actually works in the real world, how it bounces off surfaces, creates reflections, shadows, makes everything look incredibly realistic.
Gotcha. And HDR.
High dynamic range. Gives you a much wider spectrum of colors and brightness, so the brights are brighter, the darks are darker, more detail everywhere. Really makes the image pop.
Okay. Sounds visually stunning. What else on the tech front?
They're using procedural generation. That means algorithms help create parts of the world or events, making things feel more varied and less repetitive. The world can kind of evolve dynamically.
Interesting.
Plus, immersive audio using spatial sound so you can tell where sounds are coming from around you. And even potentially cloud computing integration.
What would that do?
Could be used for things like offloading some of the heavy AI processing to the cloud or allowing for more dynamic content updates over time. Really cutting edge stuff.
It sounds like a technical powerhouse. No wonder it's taking so long.
Yeah.
Now, the marketing, the trailers have been huge events.
Oh, yeah. That first trailer, December 2023, even though it came out early because of the leaks.
Set to Tom Petty, Love is a Long Road.
That's the one. Showcased all that Florida man weirdness, the vibe of Leonida. It got, over 250 million views? Just massive.
Absolutely massive. And then there was a second one.
May 2025, alongside the delay announcement. Maybe a bit less initial hype, but it still broke records over 75 million views in a day.
Wow. What did that one show?
It was set to hot together by the Pointer Sisters. Gave us a bit more on the characters, Jason picking Lucia up from prison. And they dropped 85 new screenshots with it, too. Just flooded us with new visuals.
Okay, so all this development, all this tech, this massive hype,
Yeah.
what's it going to cost us?
Good question. The standard version will likely be $69.99. It's pretty much the standard price for big AAA games now.
But there's talk it could be more.
There is speculation, yeah.
Right.
Could we see premium editions hitting $80, maybe even $100? It's possible. We've seen that trend with other huge releases. We'll have to wait and see.
Right. And the economic impact we touched on earlier,
Yeah.
it's expected to be just enormous, right?
Yeah. Colossal is the word. Seriously, it's being talked about as potentially one of the biggest entertainment launches ever. Not just games, but movies, music, everything.
Wow.
It's expected to give the whole gaming market a huge boost for years, especially with the long tail of revenue from GTA Online and its microtransactions. That's where the real long-term money is.
Speaking of GTA Online, what happens to the current one? Does it just stop?
That's a big question. The speculation is that Rockstar might actually run 2 separate online experiences, keep the current GTA Online going, maybe even integrate it somehow, and launch a new one for GTA 6.
Really? Run both?
It's possible. Some theories even suggest the GTA Online ecosystem could double or triple in size after GTA 6 launches. It's such a moneymaker, they won't want to just switch it off.
Makes sense. So this all kind of comes back to Rockstar's approach, doesn't it? This delay, the focus on quality.
Exactly. It feels like a very deliberate shift in philosophy for them. This whole quality over deadlines thing isn't just talk this time, it seems.
Moving towards that more manageable development environment, like Schreier said.
Right. And actively trying to avoid the crunch culture that defined games like Red Dead 2, it feels like a strategic move towards sustainability, learning from past mistakes.
So for you, the player, what does this actually mean when you finally get the game?
It means, hopefully, that the delay pays off. You should get a game that's more stable at launch, more feature complete, better optimized, fewer bugs, maybe even some extra polish or features they wouldn't have had time for otherwise. It's about prioritizing that launch experience for you.
Okay, so let's wrap this deep dive up. The big takeaways. We've got that May 26, 2026 release date locked in. We're heading back to Vice City, but in this massive, modern Leonida world.
A world packed with detail, parodying modern life.
We've got our Bonnie and Clyde duo, Jason and Lucia, and underpinning it all is this apparent commitment from Rockstar to quality, to avoiding crunch.
A decision the fans actually seem to support, which is fascinating.
It really is. So this isn't just about, the next big game. It feels bigger.
It really does. It's about how a cultural juggernaut evolves, but also maybe how game development itself is changing or needs to change. And that leaves us with a really interesting question for you to think about.
Oh,
Given Rockstar's very public shift towards sustainable development, trying to avoid crunch, what does the actual launch of GTA VI mean for the rest of the industry? If it launches polished, stable, and proves this approach works, or if it doesn't, what signal does that send about how games should be made moving forward? What are the implications for development cycles, for launch quality across the board? Something to definitely keep an eye on.